This is part of the Now Explain Computerizing a Manual Bookkeeping System series. This presentation is linked with the Now Explain Manual Bookkeeping series of videos. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can find the manual bookkeeping version of this video there. This presentation will use the same data as that used in the manual bookkeeping series, and so customer, supplier and general ledger balances will all be numerically the same. The ultimate goal is to provide you with a way of comparing a manual bookkeeping system to a computerized bookkeeping system. This presentation will show you how the operation of a computerized bookkeeping system will differ to a manual bookkeeping system. So, Banker's Receipts Daybook, what it is and why we need this daybook. Manual bookkeeping, no computers here. It's pen and paper bookkeeping using daybooks, the books of original entry, also known as first entry or prime entry daybooks. We are collecting information from the source documents. Computerized bookkeeping, we're going to replace the paper books. We're going to have computer and bookkeeping software, no spreadsheets allowed. Source documents are required, everything is integrated and linked, duplication is removed. You will record much more detail, no column limits as with a paper book. Related daybooks, the sales invoice daybook, the sales credit note daybook, the bank payments daybook. Similar and related terms used: customers, debtors, accounts receivable, receipts, money in, electronic funds transfer, EFT, payment, lodgement. We don't need a handwritten daybook anymore. Here is a source document, the lodgement docket or slip. The bank statement. Bank receipts should eventually end up in our bank account and appear on our bank statement. The money can be lodged using a lodgement docket, or the money may be electronically transferred to your bank account, EFT. Here is where our bank receipt details are recorded on our bank statement. You can see some of the highlighted lines there of the money that came in. Here is the bank statement with an explanation of some of the receipts. Money received directly into the business bank account can only be seen when you receive a bank statement or you go to your online banking service. The 1st of January transaction is a lodgement made by the business. The owners gave the business a cheque and this was lodged into the bank account. The 15th of January transaction is an electronic funds transfer, EFT, made directly into your bank account. You won't know it is there until you get your bank statement or check your bank account online. Here's a manual handwritten bank receipts daybook. We now have on-screen displays. Our on-screen display gives us no need for paper books. We can see all our lodgements and receipts. We can have on-screen or printed reports. We can separate out the types of bank receipts. We can have customer-only receipts reporting and non-customer receipts reporting. Here are the bank receipts on the bank statement with the daybook entry side by side. You can see the information taken from the bank statement. This is where we create our bank receipts to mirror the same way as it was done manually in our bank receipts daybook. The bank receipt data entry screen, and here's a completed example. This is the key difference between a manual bookkeeping system and a computerized system. We only need to enter the data once on this data entry screen, and then every other ledger, the customer ledger and all general ledger accounts are updated for you automatically by the software. Entering a non-customer bank receipt in our bookkeeping software. A bank receipt is a debit entry into a bank account, so you must first choose our bank account. Here is the date of the bank receipt. Here's the general ledger month that we're posting to. Here's a unique internal reference number that we are using. A customer reference supplied, it's optional. Who the customer is, where a receipt is not related to a customer, we leave this empty to indicate a non-customer account receipt. The currency, if you get paid in another currency, you record the value in that currency. Notes. Additional information that may be useful. This is optional. In our manual Bank Receipts Daybook, we have analysis columns. With our bookkeeping software, we simply choose the ledger account code, the analysis code. Note they are credit account transaction entries. Entering a customer bank receipt in our bookkeeping software. A bank receipt is a debit entry into a bank account, so we must first choose our bank account. Then we have to enter the date of the bank receipt, the month or period that it's going to go into the general ledger, a number. This can be a unique internal reference number. Customer reference. If a customer supplied you with a reference, this is usually optional. Customer. Where a receipt is related to a customer, we enter the customer's account code. Currency. If you get paid in another currency, you can record the value in that currency. Notes. And this can be any additional information that may be useful, and it's optional. In our manual Bank Receipts Daybook, we have analysis columns. With our bookkeeping software, the general ledger code, or the analysis code, is filled automatically using the debtors control or customer control account. Note it is a credit account transaction entry. We can enter the same information that was recorded in the manual bookkeeping system into our computerized bookkeeping software, but with our bookkeeping software, our customer ledger cards are immediately updated with the bank receipt. Our bank general ledger account is immediately updated with the customer receipts. Our general ledger debtors control account is immediately updated with the customer receipts. Computerized bookkeeping takes away the need for writing the same bank receipt into different ledgers. When you enter a bank receipt, all the linked ledgers are updated immediately. The customer ledger card, the general ledger bank account, the general ledger sales control account, the debtors ledger, and other general ledger account codes. Also, any bank receipt or customer report is now ready to be seen on screen or printed. What you have learned. A computerized system allows for more detail to be entered with every bank receipt transaction. Each transaction entry updates every ledger immediately. A computerized system will allow for immediate bank and customer reporting. Thank you for watching.